Good morning. This is Engineer Suraj Singh, professional engineer in Bharat, India. In continuation to my previous speeches or previous deliberations on engineering, I will now discuss serial number 8 video regarding engineering-based development, appraisal to general public, special awareness, backbone of any nation, building activities, foundations, concrete activities, execution, supervision, etc. And before giving detailed discussions, regarding the concrete that I was discussing. In addition to that, I would like to show you certain details of formwork, etc., that are conventionally adopted in the field of engineering and construction. Let us have a look on that, please. Let's go to now. There is one, you see, first of all, landscape. I will show you landscape, how it is carried out in the field. Now, this is a big plant, big site in engineering where various buildings are available, and this is what is the landscape of various oil field buildings. You can see the green color is giving the landscapes. Very clearly it is shown. If you see these buildings here, it's administration building, U-shaped, and this is warehouse building, and various other buildings are here, firehouse, mosque, and this is a conventional plan, you can say, that was used for certain project. And you see here the car parking open, and this is, you can say, a key plan for the purpose of landscape. Here are the rotations given, which is indicating that certain dead palms, certain ornamental trees, you can see the symbols, ornamental trees and shrubs, hedges, lawn, ground covers. These are just listings, and various roads are shown. This is how they cover. If you see the other one, this is little revision of the one building area, and certain notes are also available here. You see, this is the white plan. This is a layout only, just the layout of this. You may not see, is very much congestion here, congestion of coordinates and congestion of grids, congestion of line work, too much congestion here. It may not be easily understandable, but it is in fact the base or background, you can say. It's the background of that plan, which was done long back by me. It's having the same details, but in engineering details, while that was only landscape plan. It's giving a huge line work that is conventionally done in civil engineering on major projects. It's not so easy. It takes a lot of time, a lot of hours, a lot of days, and so many corrections, so many comments from the inspectors, instructions, engineers. And if you zoom it like that, see the views in congestion using. Similarly, you can see a little better plan of that. If you see here, it's only for one part of that. This is the administration area of that building, administration area. It's only for that building, which I was showing as U-shaped administration building, which is, though it may not be clear from this camera, but it is just giving you indication how vistas are taken in. You see another one. There's irrigation line in that going in, red color and green color. These are the lines which are showing the routes, various routes of proposed irrigation plan, and here are the notations of, you can see 6 inches dia UPVC main line, and then blue, 4 inches dia UPVC main line, and then 3 inches dia UPVC green, that is main line, then 2 inches dia UPVC sub main line, that is little pink, and then another dark, that is 1 inches dia UPVC lateral lines. These were here also, you can see these are passing through various areas of the block, throughout the landscape plan. I'm just telling you for the purpose of information that the complexes or any building, any kind of complex which may be having 10 buildings, 12 buildings, 15 buildings, 5 buildings, 12, 20, any kind of, any number of buildings to any stories, all these are required as a part of design, as a part of architectural design, landscape design, engineering design. All these are required, and this required a lot of patience and lot of services, lot of tolerance, lot of understanding, and lot of views, you can say, lot of inner views. If you see the other drawing, I'll show you now. This is regarding another small building, which you first see the overlook, and then I'll show you slowly the main look. The green portion is the landscape. Here you can see this is the landscape, the green portion here, while this is having only a small portion, and you see the single lines. These are car park, open car parking, and this N stands for north direction. This is another drawing, and now we will go to another chapter, that is formwork. You see, I was explaining to you about the formwork. If you can see, this is a footing. Footing means isolated footing, isolated foundation of a single column, foundation for a single column, and this gives you here a foundation dimension of 1.1 meter. It is written 1100 into 1100 into 400. This means this is 1.1 meter by 1.1 meter by 40 centimeter depth. Vertical height is 40, while in plan XY axis it is 1.1 meter into 1.1 meter. And we are using a ply. If you see this hatched line, this is the ply here. You see my cursor here. This is the ply here. This is the ply which will be in touch with the concrete. This is, and if you see this here, if you see the elevation of this, first of all, let me show you the elevation. This is the elevation of this section, or elevation, you can say. This portion we have already cast this. This is, you can say, blinding type PCC term. This means plain cement concrete, and we have written 100 mm blinding concrete, and this is the elevation of that footing. Now I was telling you about this. This portion you see here, certain lines are shown. These lines, double lines, and these lines, if you see them in line here, these are 3 here and these are 3 there. Similarly, you will see the plan. These are horizontal, looking horizontal, but these are not horizontal. These are horizontal as well as inclined. If you see here, this is a plug in the ground, and this is your timber, which is here. This timber. This will support your ply, and these are all inclined supports. These are all inclined supports here, and this is pegs here in the ground. This 40 centimeter indicates the depth, proposed depth of concrete. This is all here in the plan. You see, in the plan, you can say that this is the ply here. These are the members, which are these 4 pieces are showing the framing members. In elevation, these are here. These are the framing members, and it is written plywood size shall be 18 mm thick and 75 by 75 mm. Form battens, steel jacks may be used in place of supporting battens. This is one of the footing, and here similarly these supports are crossed to each other, and is horizontal as well as vertical support. I'll show you another footing similarly. See the other one. You can see this as a matter of fact. Same typical size, but dimension is different. 135 or 1350 into 1500 into 500. This is little wider and deeper, but same ply here and same support system, and this is kept in the middle while these are on the edges here, and you can see this all the same type of wood, that is timber ply, and 18 mm. We can use 20 mm also, and 75 mm into 75 mm is 3 inches by 3 inches battens, or you may call it timber sections. And Similar sections are here, elevations are here. Then let us go to the another same typical. The dimensions are different there. This is 2.35 by 2.35 by 6.6 means 2 meter 35 centi into 2 meter 35 centi into 60 centimeters. And you can see yourself plies the same, but number of inclined supports and horizontal supports on all the sides have been increased to 5 each. Means dimension is more, supports are more. Plywood size is the same, 18 mm, and timber section is the same. This is the typical arrangement that is generally done in the field. We'll go to another one. See this one. It's a rectangular type of structure putting. Putting structure, you can say here the dimension is 2 meters by 1 meters by 0.4 meters. 2000 is written here into 1000 into 400. Length is approximately double, and you can see the number of supports are 5 in this case and 3 on the other side. So 5 and 5 both sides and 3 on 3 on the other. But ply thickness is the same and timber section is the same. This indicates the typical arrangement that has to be done in the field. And let's go to the other one. This is here again. You'll find the size is little 1.85 meters into 1.65 meters into 0.5 meters. In one side, means it's approximately, you can say it is square indicatively, but on one side 5 supports, on the other direction 4 supports. But thickness is also 500, and similar type of arrangement has been made. And let's go to the other one. This is 2 meter by 1 meter by 0.4, 2 meters by 1 meter by 0.4. This is having 5 on one side and 3 on the other side. This is also giving a typical arrangement, and this is also very important from viewpoint. Plus, yeah, I'm sorry, there's some distance. Now, you see, in this case of 2 meter by 1 meter by 0.4 meter, we are using the same kind of timber, ply, 18 mm, and 5 supports on one side and 3 supports on the other side. Let's jump on to the other one. This is, you can say, now 2 meters 60 into 2 meters 60. It's a little wider. 2,600 and 2,600 into 600. That is the same. But the number of supports are 5 on all sides. 5 on all sides. This will approximately 636. Each 636 means it is in the rank, but this can vary on side. On the other side, it is 627, 630, 613, 614, 627 is the spacing between various members. Similarly, you can see other cases here. This is another case of 2 meters by 2 meters by 0.6 means 4 and 5 supports, and this is again the same plan as one, and I'll go to the other one. This is again a rectangular member but bigger size. This is 3 meter 100, 3 meter 10, 3.1 meters, 1.45 meter and 500 meters. I'm sorry, 500 mm, 50 centimeters. But you see the longest side is having 6 supports, while horizontal side is other side is having 3 supports each. You can see the difference how these arrangements are done. When you see the elevation of this, it will be clear. You can see the arrangement. This is how the formwork is carried out. Designed and then produced and carried out. And now I want to see actually, it will show certain column forms which are missing. Let me see what it is. And this is somewhere here. Let us go to the footing detail and let's go to column forms details. Now this is another drawing which is very important for you guys. I'll show you certain plans which are actually, you see there's a different size of the plans here for the footings. There's a varying sizes, and this is actually bigger sizes. This is the bigger size here. This is the bigger size, you know. This is given here is 3 meters by 1.5 meters by 500. 3 meters by 3 meters, sorry, 3.6. Then if you see this rectangular plans and all different arrangements are there which were shown by you there, and certain notes are there. Note says that no dimensions are that notes state that no dimensions are to be scaled from this drawing. All dimensions are in millimeter unless otherwise stated. Builder to check all dimensions at site prior to construction, assembly, or fabrication of Formworks. For general notes, refer to subject drawing and dimensions, locations, services, etc. to be checked. I'm sorry, this doesn't relate to this. Now let's move to column. What is this columns members? These are the form details of the column members. You can see this is say a column here. If you see in the plan, this is the plan of the column. This is the plan of the column. You can see this is the plan if the stills are shown. In this plan, it is better now. Here is the column. Here, this is the ply here. This is the ply. This is the steel shown inside, which is nothing from the formwork actually. These are the supports here. These are the supports. These are the supports. And these are the horizontal as well as inclined members. These are all horizontal as well as inclined members. If you see in the elevation, this is the steel, and these are the inclined members here, inclined members, and these are the frames of column formwork. These are the frames of the column formwork, and there are certain clamps as well as steel clamps. This is a 12 mm dia bolt screw, 12 mm dia bolt screw for washer clamps or approved clamps. 75 form lumber and form lumber. So these types of details are done for the columns, which is very important from the engineering construction point of view. You can say all these are different sizes and different shapes. These are all the same. Chamfer is also written there at the corners. For the exposed surfaces, we use a triangular chamfer. This is a big triangle, you can say white triangle. This is the 20 by 20 triangular chamfer, which is very important for the exposed sections. And similarly, all these are shown for various drawings. So my intention is just to let you know about how the works are carried out practically. You should know these are not in the books, but these are generally carried out in the field. It's very, very important that we should understand all this. And it is from engineering point of view, it's very, very important. It's nothing to do with the theory point of view. Now I'll go back to the discussion of our engineering that was being done last week. And now, what I used to say is that the world of engineering sciences, their applications impact on the economy, health, safety, and environment, quality, society, all relevant and others. Buildings construction in India is Bharat and advice to general public. Buildings execution supervision, detailed description of buildings construction, concrete operations, and procedures. Foundations and their construction, understandable knowledge, work awareness, avoid misguidance by the greedy builders. Now, I just said engineering science applies to the whole world developments. Engineering is the basis of any society. Without engineering, the human had to remain exist. Civil engineering is the basis of all structures and infrastructures. Design and planning of buildings is a vast discipline. Building is the most significant commodity to make a lifetime purchase. The owner should be careful while spending money on buildings. Owner should not trust the building builders or other trades. Oriented persons or artisans. Civil engineers, so this is a must. It's easy to know something about anything, if not everything. Foundations are the soul of any building. Engineering is an art-based science with widest network. In fact, engineering is a mind religion. Without engineering, Ramayana could not be completed. In Mahabharata, building was set on fire. Ramsetu is also a marvel of ancient engineering, not learned from any university but from Mr. Karma. The engineer was constructed in 5 days. You have a right to check about your building. It should be well returned. The owner should treat the building as a temple for those users who should live for decades with their souls. The owner spends money on a building and therefore must be allowed to obtain the money returns in the form of sound and durable structure, durable delivery of the products. Safety during construction is of utmost significance. It is generally neglected in our country, but that is not acceptable. The work should be safe. No work should be done without safety arrangement or ascertained. Safety first and construction second. Without engineering, nothing is possible. Yet the professionals are most unbeneficial. Society is unaware about their sacrifices. The public has to look into the pros and cons of the engineering and recognize the efforts contributed by the engineers. The purchaser has to involve himself to contribute for a better product. Building should be treated like any machine, and that works as seen by the eyes, but building is not considered as such. The building also vibrates, spares, and talks to the human being while it performs forever. A good structure shall get in a special type of happiness in the person who uses that as well as the person who designs and supervises. Concrete is very important material for construction, therefore imports a high degree of care. No politics can sustain the national development, national advancement without the role of engineering. Engineers can change the national power and status in the world. Engineers are to be credited with the due social regards. The engineers are not seen in public but must be recognized for the sake of better understanding and given the due status and regards. In most cases, engineers intend to deliver good quality products, but due to the special circumstances of commercial benefits to the promoters, they have reservations too. Buildings are required for every manufacturing unit, for all residences and commercial units, for all the railway halls and for all offices and for most of the activities and means required in life. Engineers have a dignified duty towards the society. As a society depends exclusively on service of the engineer for the abode of the user. Engineers have to work hard during the construction phases in addition to design hard work. All other professions will still be worthless without the contribution of the engineering in the global scenario. Engineering travels its journey from a dream to a made-up project, a dream coming true, but buildings are a must for the operations of all other professions. Do not allow your building to be converted to a real building. Is not meant for a day or a month, but for years and for generations to come. Save your generations from dying under the collapse of your structure. Actually, building builds the human. The building is a live art. The building is science-based product and live architecture, a live emotion, a live security. The design and the construction should be considered religiously apart from the life consideration of profit making. For an engineer, the construction is like making a temple by heart. The public of the whole world, living on the earth, has been developing various nations as well as the globe. The contributions from all fields of human lives are responsible to make it, but a considerable contribution comes from the fields of engineering of all disciplines. Without the contribution of engineering, the life shall cease. The history is full of various defense of engineering all over the world, all over the globe. Though there was no engineering education in those days, yet the minds were full of engineering knowledge, inculcated either by the God gifts or by the clan works inherited from the ancestors. Engineering contributions from the manufacturing of a needle to a space vessel. Our systems are running based on any branch of engineering. No system can run without engineering. The engineering involves the part of art, applied mechanics, applied science, and the health, safety, environment, with the assistance of all codes, international codes, and national codes. Engineering is a very complex term in this age, as contributions from various engineering disciplines are required to be accomplished in any task or manufactured piece. Civil engineer takes the lead at the initial stages and contributes to the full execution of any project. The buildings are the creations of the architectural and the structural engineers, with credit supports of the subsidiary disciplines engineers. The workers, specialists as well as government also owe respect from the society, as without their laborious contribution the people cannot live in beautiful houses. House is a pious place for the people who have to live in that for decades, while for a promoter or for a builder, it is just like the process in a factory for making profit and at the risk of those who use it. Be an active supervisor yourself. Buildings are imagined, thought, conceived, developed, produced, view, landscape, stars. Just as you the stars, the landscape on that trend. Buildings are the glory for a king as well as for the peon. Buildings are the respects for all. Building is a security for the life, which is significant to be appraised. Appraised to have a good awareness, and just like the people have awareness about allow the result to the readers and know some good aspect of the community activities. The Mughals did not make the structures during their design, but the Bharat artists did the job. No such monuments are available in those nations from where the Mughals arrived to Bharat. This is unfortunate that they did not construct in their country, but they constructed in our country, and our artisans helped them, and they claimed those structures. Now I just continue with the previous article, number 35. Let us now consider the case when the basement or cellar is involved, as the sequences of construction operations shall differ to some extent. The excavation shall be taken up to the required level, and the work on the blinding concrete may remain the same. In addition, as the depth is much more, the dewatering activity shall be involved to be working continuously if the water table meets. This dewatering work shall remain working until the building activities come out of the basement and up to the plinth level, you can say ground level, the first ground level. Now point A is, blinding operations shall be carried out as usual, prescribed for the ordinary foundations. The curing shall be carried out accordingly. Point B says, the basement required the provision of retaining walls suggested to be constructed of RCC material as being the best to sustain the impossible forces, vertical as well as horizontal in their resultants. To achieve this, the RCC retaining walls minimum 200 mm thick shall be required, provided with the reinforcing bars on both sides of the walls and also running in both vertical directions in the form of mesh, reinforcement mesh. These walls shall rest on the beam foundation below. The central portion surrounded by the foundation beam shall be provided with the raft-type slabs. The water tank provisions to be accommodated between the foundation beams. These tanks shall be allowed additional chemical treatment for keeping the internal and external walls impervious. These walls shall be cast monolithic with a base wrapped slab. Point C. In certain cases, the foundation beams shall be taken down to deeper level, making a beam grid while the walls have to rise from these beams. The whole areas between the beams shall be concreted as RCC, resting at higher level. All shall depend upon the designer calculation. The beam's grid is considered stronger since the beams work as horizontal for the gravity or the vertical forces, while for the horizontal forces imposed by the winds or the seismic actions, the beam shall convert to columns automatically laid on the foundations. This concept is not available in textbooks but works very efficiently. These beams shall also act as virtual dampers for the seismic actions. These beams shall rest on an area equal to the spread of the vertical loads uniformly in relevance to the safe carrying capacity of any soil that should have been obtained from the soil test. The foundations could be carried out in two stages. The lowest widened part, termed as damper in resemblance to the functions it performs. The vertical portion deeper than the width from the real beam. The dowel parts of the columns shall be inserted in the correct positions before the concrete pouring activities. The small columns are also sometimes termed as stub columns. Point B. The works of the foundation beams, the slabs shall be trifurcated into the following activities. This is very important to be noted. Number 1. Making an erection of formworks to the actual dimensions. Number 2. Cutting, bending and placing reinforcing bars to the required locations. Number 3. Pouring concrete to the approved formworks